We are live. Hey everyone, another live stream today with Fabio and Davide. We made the last weekend, we had a workshop. It was like workshop oriented toward the business side of Archviz. We talked about how to find leads, how to qualify them, how to find basically quality leads, then how to price your work, how to make a quotation, and at the end, we talked about one day completely about sales, how to run a sales meeting once you have a project, how to run a sales meeting when you don't have a project. You are introducing your company to the client. And throughout the 3 days, we had Davide with us. And today we would love to know his impressions about how he saw the workshop, even like before he joined the workshop. Um, what did he expect? Did he find what he was expecting? And yeah, it will be like simply a friendly conversation with me and Fabio. And first of all, before we talk about the workshop or anything else, Davide, thank you very much for your time. Please
Thank
introduce yourself to the audience. I think they would love to know what you do and where you are, what type of projects you are doing, and what type of clients you are serving.
Sure. Thank
Welcome.
you, Anis, and thank you, Fabio. Hello, everyone. My name is Davide Buonocore. I'm the founder and designer of this little Verito studio company. It's called Interno 46. Basically, we are providing services for interior design and 3D visualizations. Right now, currently, we are very specific in student houses complex. My studio is based in Warsaw, where I live and when I established my life. And yeah, so I had the opportunity to participate to this workshop with Fabio and Anis. And yeah, let's talk about it. Yeah, sure.
Amazing, amazing. First of all, how did you hear about the workshop?
I hear by your promotion on LinkedIn, following
Yeah.
Fabio because I met him a year ago, and then appear also, of course, your profile, and I start having have a look, and something come up under my eye, so that's why I took the decision to take part of this workshop.
Perfect, perfect. And that moment when you saw what Fabio is talking about, the workshop, and you knew more about me, at that moment, before that moment, I mean, what thoughts did you have about sales or about getting leads for your business, pricing your work? Could you walk me through your, I would say, the mindset about sales? What did you think about before?
Well, it was a little bit different in a way that even the knowledge or how to plan everything was completely different than before. Let me say I was a little bit flat mindset in a way that I was focusing more on creating visualization, for example, publishing using the social media and sending random emails. But it was working so much. That's why when I seen this kind of workshop, I start thinking, okay, so maybe it's something that I need, maybe it's something that they will give you a more structured framework of how to deal with leads, to generate leads, and definitely also on the sales and pricings, definitely. So that was
Great.
something that
I
Nice.
wanted to say something, Davide. I wanted you to be on the show tonight because I make a lot of videos about communication and how to talk to people in the business, how to talk to clients, and oftentimes I get comments like, "Oh, I'm a 3D artist. I've chosen this career because I don't want to talk to people." So I wanted to sort of like have you on this show because, in a way, this is what we teach, right? We teach people how to switch their mind and make them understand the importance of communication and everything. So, one question that I have to you is: was there during this 3 days conversation a specific aha moment that changed the way that you see sales or that you see the industry as a whole?
Yes, yes, it was. It was Fabio. It was in one of the moment of the very a lot of information that we received, and basically was when I realized how to structure and prepare a potential meeting with a client before and after, and definitely how to. Build trust and expectation through the communication as well. So the communication is not only verbal, but is also kind of written by emails, phone, and that was a really nice moment of wow, how can things can start from the very beginning.
Perfect, perfect. I mean, during those 3 days, did you see anything that was surprising for you? Oh my God, I didn't think about it in this way.
Uh, yes, yes, indeed was something about, let me say, before I had the feeling of making meetings with client in some way, and right now, for example, it was a moment which I realized that is completely different the way I was doing, um, in a way that you have to really prepare the client as well, or to something um, that then you can build together and to find expectation from both sides.
Mm.
So absolutely, it was a mind blow that moment. How many little steps may bring to something very concrete and very beautiful, like a partnership, a short partnership project, and so on.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. That was something, I mean, we do it, but like we don't know how it is perceived from the other side. Was a good thing. I mean, we did not expect this feedback. That's really great. Thank you. And I mean, after let's say 3 days, we still have the three follow-up meetings, and I'm preparing now the workflow with all the steps. Um, what is the next step for you? Do you think that is suitable for your business?
Uh, well, from day one, so after the workshop ended on Sunday, so from day one, I already woke up in the morning with a different mindset, in a way that I could see as a longer projection, let's say, of how to run my business,
Hmm.
implementing already a few things that we discussed it, and we took our knowledge about it, and straightforward already is something that is you can see that something is moving on, and that is was the very nice things to do.
Great. This is in terms of thinking or viewing the whole process. In terms of like actions, um, did you start doing anything? I think, I mean, you were very, I would say you were very proactive inside the group. And I think you are the first one who took action inside the group. Like you did the job
Mhm.
immediately. You see, I mean, that was really nice. And did you continue doing what we agreed on?
Anis, before we get to that, maybe let's give a little bit more context to those watching from home so they know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
The workshop has a practical side where we talk about, the theory of what needs to be done. And then there is a part where we actually give homework to the students. And so what Anis right now is talking about is the homework that we gave Davide. And Davide was one of the first ones to say, hey, yes, I'm doing it. I'm working on it.
Yeah, so what Fabio said is completely correct. We had 3 days. Each day was like two parts. And in each part, we had some sort of theory, case studies, and the second part was more application, so Q&As and answering specific questions that are relatable to each one's business. And after each day, you have a homework you need to do. For example, for the first day, you should be able to at least get a list of qualified clients. The next day, you need to start making the assets, which are, I mean, we have the portfolio thing, we have different stuff. I'm not going to reveal everything. So, and after the third day, you should have at least like a good view about the sales process. At least you have a list of qualified leads and you know how to reach out to them, how to write to them. So that's basically the homework. And Davide was one of the first guys who did the work. I mean, tell me, do you have any specific thing you started with on Monday?
Yes, let me just once say one thing, and is that the reason why anyway I was able to do the kind of homework was anyway because was take myself as a test during the workshop. So for few things I was already a little bit ahead of all other participants or other artists. So having a little bit of time ahead, I could, already generate something that was kind of a preview of the portfolio and things like that.
Mhm.
And coming back to your question, is yes, I mean, from day one, from Monday, I already start gathering and writing some emails to some contacts that I have, previous client, or even just some architect which I know. So I start asking few questions. Basically, from my previous client, I was asking for a feedback. So all the first part, let's say, of this workshop, as we learn, is to gather feedback from the clients. And then straight away, I also start asking if I could send my portfolio by a written letter. And for, let's say, for the portfolio, I receive a positive feedback. So right now, the thing is to work on it, preparing and shipping. So
Amazing, amazing.
that was really nice to see already from day one.
So
This week.
we,
You're making us proud.
so we expect to see to review the complete portfolio on Friday.
Oh wow! Okay. Yeah, I
One thing that I noticed from a lot of the students is that they were like, oh wow, there's a lot of work to do. Like, yeah, well,
yeah, indeed, but it gives you structure, and that's really worth. I mean, it's not just an homework to see if you learn what the teacher says, and then to verify at home and things like that. I mean, those things are proactive homework, because then you have everything that you need to continue, and day by day following the procedures and doing and doing and doing. So they're really proactive homeworks, let's say.
Nice, nice. In terms of pricing, okay,
Yes.
did you find anything new for you? Did you change now your pricing structure?
It's something that I'm still working on it, thinking how to structurize the best way. Of course, there are a few things first that I need to check also, because also we are from as a group of artists that we took part of the workshop, and this also is an incredible, amazing things about the community. That we were from different part of Europe and the world as well, so that's incredible. And coming back about pricing, we were discussing about pricing, and to make it more personally, of course, I need to, before making a deeper research into the market, like a territorial national market in this case, in my case, and see a little bit how to make all the structure for changing, and making more on the level that you can run your business, and you can have, of course, expenses on your business, and keep going and keep going.
Perfect, perfect. I mean, in case you have anything, you still need some clarification on. We still have 3 meetings.
Yep.
to go
This
through.
is, I think this is the beautiful thing about this workshop, is that we don't just throw people in the water. We're there to help them learning how to swim. We give you some time, and we're there. We are available for you to talk to us in case something is not clear, or even if you have some insecurities. Because like when it comes to pricing, there is this concept, and Anis mentioned it during the workshop, which is called price temperature, right? This is something that you slowly become more and more comfortable with, and the busier you are, the more you can you understand how much you can charge. Because if you have clients that keep coming to you, they don't fight you on the price, or they want to work with you, that means that they can afford you and there is value in the stuff that you do. And raising your prices is not something that a lot of artists think of that as being greedy or as being opportunistic. The reality is that you're getting yourself the tools to keep uh, operating your business. Again, I don't really know any artists who became millionaires apart from people and with the NFT projects. So at the end of the day, it's honest work, and that's what we try to teach people. That when you manage to charge more, you can do better things for your clients. It's as simple as that. I have a question for you.
Yep.
What's the one strategy that you're now working on planning to apply as the first main thing moving forward?
Moving forward, Fabio, it started from day one already in my mind, and the first things that happen is changing the mindset, because that's the first step to take it. Think everything, think the business with different mindset. I mean, a business is something that you have to feed a little bit as you're feeding your company. So in this case, the strategy, as I mentioned before, I'm starting collecting feedback and creating portfolio to send to different studios, to different potential clients. I'm also looking at a list of people which I may send or may be interested about it. So that's the first step that I'm taking until the moment that I can reach the moment of having a first conversation meeting and start discussing a little bit about possibilities, if they have something similar to what I'm doing, or is something that may help them with some kind of services. So it's also the nice things of this workshop, that you learn also how to define a different potential client. So there are different clients that we see, and that's normal. Everybody are different, but also the way that the company may works, right? So identify a client, preparing yourself for a material which is not just, oh, this is my visualization, this is not just videos. It's just creating a full view of how the collaboration may be, and that's the target which I have to reach that point.
Perfect, perfect. I want to emphasize on one point Fabio mentioned. Everyone who joins, they get the recording in a community, and the community stays live. It means we do have 3 follow-up meetings after the workshop, and after that, they stay in the group. In case in the future someone has a question, they can just type it and we will answer. So the group is going to grow over time. It will have like more active, I would say, members. Um, in terms of, yeah, I mean, you mentioned the qualifying people. You mentioned, I mean, by qualifying people, I think you might mean like the way how you look to other clients now has a different. You have a different approach. You see them differently. Also on pricing, also on how you see your work as well, right? Um, could you spot at least like one business skill you have learned in those 3 days?
Well, definitely there were many of them, but how understand. I think the most one is how to manage the business, to structured methods,
Mm.
and continuing learning, opening for discussion and strategic steps. So understanding the backstage of the show, I think is one of the skill that I learned the most.
Perfect, perfect. And would you recommend this workshop for other Archviz studios?
Absolutely, absolutely, and I'm telling. I was also surprised to find in, also in the meeting a very very important name or studios. So this workshop is, honestly speaking, is not only for 3D artists that just started or they have something running, a small studio, but it's also available, for and for bigger studios, for bigger companies, because you may have an idea which works, but we are living in a very dynamic world, right? It's very fast. There are new things coming up every time, and also the way of doing business is constantly changing. So this way of, let's say, update also your way of thinking about business, it's absolutely phenomenal.
Perfect, perfect.
This is
Um,
such beautiful feedback. Thank you so much.
Well, no, I mean, as I said, I was really surprised to find this very important name, and also to listen to their questions, right? That you may think, oh, wow, this is a very established company, this is a very established group of people working. And it's also nice to see that it's worth it for everyone. So I felt
But
also,
Davide, I'll tell you why you were surprised.
yeah, tell
And
me.
that's because oftentimes we define studios by the type of work that they do. And so we put all this focus on the production side of things, which is, of course, very important because quality is the core of the offering. But these problems that are related to the business side of things, those are the same for everybody. And the only thing that changes is the scale of them, because
Yep.
like some studios might have like 20 people, 30 people, 40 people, but the problem at the core stays the same. It just gets bigger and bigger. So it might be more expensive for certain studios, but at the root it's the same exact thing. And we all have had these problems in the past. Sometimes we still have them. Like um, the idea of having a coach and to have somebody that helps you throughout, it's a little bit like the idea of showering, right? You cannot shower once and say, "Yeah, I'm clean." uh, Often you go through very long period of times working 3 4 days, and you need to take a break to take a shower and reset, right? And
Yes.
so things like these workshops are also a very good reminder that from time to time you need to put yourself under the police light and analyze yourself and say, hey, am I keeping up with everything related to trends, to communication, to how the society is shifting, uh, and that's the reason why I think that you were surprised, by seeing these big names that we have in the studio, in the workshop. Everybody has the same issues, and we're all trying to address the same sort of problems.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, Fabio, you are an excellent um, analogy finder. Literally. I mean, inside the workshop, you talked about a couple of things. I said, oh my God, that's 110% on point. And now this this one about showering and like putting yourself under the police light. That's really good.
It gives the idea. It gives the idea at all.
Yeah, I've had a couple of experiences in the past with artists that like I would explain them stuff, and then the conversation would go around, and they would be focusing on this idea of like, making an R&D project to improve, their cabin in the woods, or I don't know, their things that are trivials. And I remember talking to them, and I'm like, man, talking to you, it's like massaging a wooden leg. In terms of analogies, right? But
Yeah,
it's good that we're making strides, with these young talents that are actually making the effort to learn this stuff. And so, you see, to me, this is really a positive sign, because it means that people are starting to pay attention. It took a very long time, Anis, because like you and I have been fighting about helping people with learning the business side of things. We've done it for years, and a lot of content was made for free. We try to give as much help as possible to everybody, so that we could all speak the same language. But now I feel like things are starting to move in the right direction, and people are starting to pay attention.
yeah, exactly. There is something about our industry, which is, I think we talked about it like a 1 hour before, which is how long does it take an artist to recognize that they have a business problem?
Hmm.
It takes a lot of time, literally. I mean, now we are 2025. I have talked with people that are completely in a very tough situation last year, beginning of last year, that is more than 1 year. And now they said, okay, Nis, what solutions do you have? And I talked with people in 2020, sometimes 19, and now they have this recognition. Oh my God, you know what? When I meet a client, I don't know where to start. I don't
Hmm.
know what to speak. Okay, should I share my screen first? Should I ask them, or should I leave it for them? And I say, man, I mean, I mean, literally, what you pay for such a workshop, or even like for a coach in the business side, it, it doesn't really match one image. I mean, how what do you charge for one image, or at least like let's say one project. Okay. Anyway, well, Davide, thank you very much for this feedback. We really
Oh,
appreciate
what?
your time and your participation.
Thank
And
you.
it's like it's like we have responsibility to provide you with the best feedback and continue those the next three meetings to give you what you are looking for. I really hope that you will get everything in full as you wish. And for anyone watching, if you have any questions about the workshop, um, we have a couple of guys. So Dan, let's keep growing and learning. Great. Mogis, hey, hello, hi. And Agata, I think you know Agata, right?
That's the wife. That's the
Yeah,
wife.
exactly. I recognize the last name.
She's showing support.
Amazing.
That's the
Yeah.
sweetest thing.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
she is very supportive. I have to say, she is very
Amazing.
supportive.
Amazing. Um, if you have any
Uh,
questions about the workshop,
Davide, I just want to say one thing.
Yeah, sure.
Let's do another interview 1 year from now,
Hmm.
where you gonna tell us, guys, I've done everything that you guys told me, and now I have a business that I'm proud of, that I feel like I'm building up. So, like, we want to have that conversation, okay?
Okay.
1 year time, okay?
Okay.
Can we do this? Okay, good.
Okay.
We're,
Yeah.
we're shaking hands digitally.
Of course. Of course, Fabio. Thank you.
perfect. We do have a quick announcement. We have two things coming. We have the April workshop. It's going to happen on 25th, 26th, 27th of April. And the next workshop is not going to be online. It's going to be in person. We call it the mastermind. It will happen here in Karlsruhe in my office. And the invite for the mastermind, it is private, which means we do choose who should come here. Um, but we will record it. Anyone who will join the April's workshop, they will also get the recording for the mastermind. So just keep that in mind. And anyone who was already in the workshop uh, last weekend, they will also get the mastermind. If you are interested in joining the workshop in April, before you join or decide, reach out to Fabio or me, or click on the link inside the comments just to see what is included inside the workshop. We made a basic sequence just to for you to know more about each day, what is included inside the teaching or the sessions, and if this fits what you are looking for, also feel free to sign up. I think we have a discount running. It's I don't know if we already reach out the maximum or not. I will look after the meeting, but like if you find a discount inside your email, it means it is running. Other than this, I have only to thank you, Davide, for your time. Would you like
Thank
to
you.
say any last words for the audience?
Oh, well, yeah, just keep going. And, if you have something in your head as a dream, just make sure that you do, everything that is possible, at least to say, I try.
Absolutely.
And that's the most
And
important in life, I think.
If
absolutely.
you fight, you can lose. If you do not fight, you have lost already.
That's
Absolutely. That's
that's
exactly the right thing to say. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you, Davide. Thank you, Fabio, for the great workshop. See you, Davide, in the follow-up meeting on Friday.
no problem.
And
No
see you
problem.
everyone on next Wednesday with another episode on live stream. If you have any questions, please type in the comments. Or if you would like to know more about the workshop, reach out to Fabio or me. Thank you very much, everyone.
Before we stop, Davide, don't go anywhere. Otherwise, we'll lose the recording. Stay
Yes.
around for a while.
Okay, yeah. I'm not pushing anything.
Okay.
Everybody, thanks a lot
Perfect.
for watching, and we will
Goodbye.
see each other next week. Bye bye.
Bye.